Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very happy to welcome back to the show Irish featherweight Paul Quinn. How are you, mate?
Not too bad, Adam. How are you, mate?
I'm very good. I'm very happy to see as well that you've got a fight coming up.
Yes, I got confirmation yesterday of a fight on the 1st of August. I had word about it about 3-4 weeks ago, so I started training back then, and I wasn't saying too much to anybody about it just till I got it confirmed. And then I got an email yesterday to say it was going ahead, so I was able to get the word out there and get it over Facebook and Twitter, and that the fight's definitely going to happen.
Brilliant, mate. Excellent. Well, great news. Well, what sort of is it? Are you allowed to talk about the opponent yet, or not?
Well, you see, we haven't really. We're trying to finalise the opponent. We're looking at good, tough fight.
Cool,
a good test. We're looking at an opponent with a winning record. There's a few names out there at the minute, but we're just trying to finalise one. But as soon as I can get that finalised and confirmed, I will let everybody know who it's going to be. But brilliant. I'm looking at a good tough test. My last fight was in November.
I was looking at that.
Fought in November. I picked up a bit of an injury in it, but which it kind of left me getting a slow start to the year.
Yeah.
It kind of pushed me back a wee bit, but that's why I'm looking to get a good tough test and get a good fight in and try and hopefully push me back up the rankings and finally get going really.
Yeah. Okay, mate. It's interesting you say that because obviously I follow all the fighters that I've ever spoken to, and then I did see something come up on BoxRec a couple of months ago saying that you might be out in May. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
And then
that's
obviously
right.
your injury.
Yeah, no, that fight was actually meant to be in Dublin, and I was sick 2 weeks before the fight.
Oh, mate.
I took sick and I had lost all the weight. I was under fight weight. I had no energy.
Whoa.
And it was just a bug, and I just had there was no way. I went to see the doctor, and she said there's no way you're able to fight. So I was considering fighting anyway.
I'm sure
because I hate to turn down a fight, but once I seen the doctor said it's not going to happen, then I was able to take it then and understand that I just wasn't fit to fight.
Yeah, it's the best idea, mate, because you're a young guy. You've sort of finished your apprenticeship, I'd say. A lot of people looking at you like that. So to carry an injury through the next few years of your career, and then when you're going, you're in other fights, and you're not going to be able to turn them down. So it's good to hear you're getting it sorted out. Is everything okay now? Yeah.
Everything, touch wood, everything is good to go now. I've had a great training camp, and I still have. It's just under 6 weeks. It'll be 5 weeks on Saturday, to the fight night. So, I'll be more than ready. I'll be more than ready for this fight, and I'm really looking forward to getting back in the ring and just back to winning ways. Cool,
man. Cool. Well, where's the fight going to be taking place?
It's going to be in Belfast.
Wicked.
It's Belfast suits me perfect because, as I say, I can sell a lot of tickets in Belfast. It's easy for people to get. Not easy. It's still an 80-mile round trip, but it's easier than say going to Dublin to fight. So this one is in Belfast. It could be an open air. I think it's going to be an open air event. It's going to be at it's some sort of festival. I think this is on in Belfast every year, and I think they're going to put on a boxing show at it this year. So it'll be. It sounds like it's going to be a big show with a lot of good fights on, a lot of good fighters, and a lot of 50-50 fights that's going to be on it.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. That's the open air stuff they've done in Belfast recently. It's looked amazing with Carl Frampton.
Yeah, well, that Carl Frampton one looked. It was. I actually wasn't at that fight, but from seeing it on TV, it looked brilliant. So I'm sure it'll not be the same size, but the same size of event as that was. But still, it still sounds like it's going to be great night.
Excellent, mate. Well, it's good to hear you back and got a fight going. Obviously, I speak to quite a few guys over in Ireland, and this seems to be gaining some real steam over there. It looks like really good. There's Box Nation are putting on a show in Dublin with Tommy Langford, and it just seems to. And then Andy Lee's fighting Billy Joe Saunders in Limerick. So there could be a lot of opportunities for you.
Yeah, boxing is really booming at the minute in Ireland. Even like the amateur boxing is taking off. They're winning. I think the Ireland team that's in the European Games at the minute have guaranteed 4 medals on its own, and that's just for the amateur boxing. And I don't think that was even the strongest team to have over there. So the pros as well is starting to take off. It was kind of quiet for a while, but there's a lot of big names coming up through, and the likes of Carl Frampton. I know he's going to America to fight this next fight, but whenever I'm pretty sure he'll win. So whenever he comes back, I'm hoping there's going to be to maybe get on the undercard of one of his fights, maybe in Belfast sometime, which would be brilliant. That could really set your career off, getting on the undercard of one of his fights.
Definitely, mate. It all sounds very exciting. Well, one thing, obviously, I'm English. Because obviously Ireland's got quite a small population, and England, I interview fighters from all sort of different countries. Every time I interview an Irish fighter, they get more views than anyone. I interviewed Con Sheehan, heavyweight, who hasn't even made his debut yet, and he nearly got 1,000 views. What makes Irish people so passionate about boxing?
I think Irish people just love a good fight, to be honest. I think Irish people, they just love a good fight. So they like to keep up to date on who's fighting and where. They love to be involved in a good fight and to watch a good fight. So I think that's why, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think the Irish have a big reputation for fighting, so I'm sure I'd say that's something to do with it.
Yeah. Okay, mate. Brilliant. Well, excellent. Well, moving on to your division, been loads going on the world scene. Must be quite exciting to watch you being in a division that seems to be getting bigger and bigger and more exciting. Lee Selby won a world title a couple of weeks ago. What's your thoughts on the division at the moment?
It's one of the best divisions out there at the minute. It's booming at the minute. They say even just at the British level, never mind the world level. Like you go to the 4 world champions at the weight of Lomachenko and Lee Selby. I'd love and others. Them 3 are brilliant, and I'd love to see one of them fight each other.
Yeah.
I know Walter's never made the weight for his last fight, but I would like to see him or Lomachenko or Lee Selby.
Yeah.
In a fight soon in the near future. But the weight, I'd say it's a great weight class to be in. Whenever you see it, I remember the last time I was on, I was saying to you that I watched a lot of Lee Selby, and I was a big fan of how he boxed. So I was glad to see him win a world title. Definitely, from the last time I was on, I knew he always, from watching, he had the talent to do it. So I was glad to see him winning it. And it's something that I want. As I say, it's where I want to be in the future.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, watching likes of him and Lomachenko and few of them lads, it's somewhere I want to be, and it's good to looking up to them and seeing what they do and how they do it, and hopefully someday I can be in the same position.
Yeah, me too, mate. Me too. Well, it's funny you talk about Lee Selby. A lot of young featherweights I've spoken to, everyone really like Lee Selby's kind of come out of absolutely nowhere. It wasn't long ago he was selling 50 tickets, trying to get on an undercard, and then he dropped Stephen Smith. From my opinion, Lee Selby seems to be like a real, like a bit of a role model to you younger featherweights at the moment.
Yeah, he did. Well, the time he came over to Belfast, he fought Martin Lindsay.
Yeah.
I seen him then. I thought he was special, but you see, every featherweight about in Britain and that. Obviously, Barley Selby, I'm the best featherweight in the division. They always say Barley Selby because I think everybody knows at the minute he is the main man at the weight. He really is. He deserves to be a world champion, and he could maybe unify all the titles at the weight. He's a great role model because he seems that he dedicates himself to the sport, and he seems that he's done that for a long time now.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Well, yeah, it's a really cool division. It's probably, I'd say, top 3 at the moment. So it's all very exciting. So
yeah,
we're only what 5 weeks away from your fight. What are we doing now then? Just cracking down to some more hard work. You got any exciting sparring?
Yeah, I just finished my second session there today. I just finished my sparring session today. I'll maybe fit one more a run in later on, just to wind down. But I am training hard. I'll have by the time the fight comes round, I will have over and maybe an 8-week training camp done.
Yeah. Cool.
So I am in the middle of tough training at the minute. I have to because I haven't fought since November. So it's probably going to take that wee bit extra, a few weeks extra, just to get back. If I had been fighting more regular, maybe wouldn't have had such a long camp. But because I have been out for so long, it does take that extra few weeks. And I'm not leaving no stone unturned. I'm going to be, by the time the first comes round, I'm going to be ready to fight. Good man.
So, talking about your sort of team you have behind you, are you in a good place there? Do you have good trainers and good? Because obviously you're talking about how you've had to sort of alter how your body's adapted to being ill and things like that. Have you got good people to help you with that?
Yeah, I've had great support from when I was sick to getting back into shape. I've had anybody that I train with have been helping me out massively to get back. Even family, because I was annoyed and I was dying, not having a fight, and it's them supporting me to take the time I need, to get just not really to say they weren't putting any pressure on me to take any fights. It was just fight when I'm ready to fight, and I have a whole lot from my family to all my trainers that helped me out, and sparring partners. Everybody's pulled together and helped me out to get back to full fitness and just feeling good again.
Oh, that's really good to hear. I really mean that, because you hear there's a lot of fighters over here that there's not many, but that are kind of forced to fight when they're not really ready, and it sort of affects their career. So that's really promising to hear. You've got some people with their heads screwed on around you.
Yeah, I would say it's something I always said to myself. I never ever want to be beating the ring and have an excuse. If I have a good training camp and everything, I do everything right, I diet right, and I train properly, and I do everything by the book. And if I don't ever want to be beat, but if I ever did get beat, I could hold my hands up and say the best man won the fight.
Yeah.
But I would never like to fight and get beat and turn around and say, well, maybe if I hadn't been sick, or if I had a proper camp, or if I had dieted better, or I never want to be able to say that. If I ever get beat, I just want to say, what, the best man won, and I could live with that.
Cool.
But I couldn't live with an excuse, thinking, what if?
Yeah, definitely, mate. It was good to hear. Well, it's good to hear you're back. I was very excited when I spoke to you at the end of last year. It seemed like you're on, but injuries happen in professional sports. So what are you going to do?
It's part and parcel of boxing. You get injured. These things happen. It's just how you deal with them. Definitely,
mate. Well, it all sounds good. Well, I very much look forward to your fight on August the 1st. You say? Do people get in contact with you via Twitter for tickets and stuff? Yeah. Okay,
yeah,
mate.
Twitter. I'm on Twitter. The name is at Paul Quinn 90.
Yeah.
On Twitter, and I'm on Facebook. So if anybody wants any tickets, just give me a shout, and I can get you sorted out with them.
Wicked, mate. All right, mate. Well, I'll put all that on the bottom of the screen. Your Twitter details. Well, thanks so much for your time, mate. I know you're in between sort of training sessions, and nice to get you back on.
Yeah.
And
it's good. Glad to be back on.
Excellent, mate. And it's good to hear you doing things properly, mate. Good to hear.
Yeah, thank you, mate. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Excellent.